Hey, good evening, Dirk. How's it going, Celtic? Doing well. How about you, man? Hope the build is going wonderful. It is. The damage is like, you know, it's good enough for like 99% of people out there for sure. But it's not like it's like a boss one-shotter. But in terms of tankiness, it's by far the tankiest build I've ever played. And, yeah, it's really fun. I've also, like, I've solved, like, Ironward completely. 2 taps of elemental weakness, and I have it 100%. I am absurdly tanky. It's super nice. As you'll see today. So right now I'm going to be showcasing the build. I'm getting footage. I'm gonna do the build guide tonight. So I'm getting footage today. So I'm gonna be doing some juice content. So right now I'm gonna be doing 200% delirium on top of Rite of the Nameless as my showcase for the build. I hate the dancing idiots. Just die! Hey, Kiliad, 5's more like, I mean, people expect games to be played, you know, way too much, you know. Some people are just used to degenning too much. 5 characters is 4 more than most people. Like, giving up at 5 is nothing. So you did good, man. I could have way more builds in this, but I've pushed every build except for one of them to like deep 90s. It's not like I was re-rolling early on or doing like fast trips. Every build I pushed far into endgame. Every build I gave a real investment to. There wasn't like a single build I half-assed, so I'm really happy. I have an idea for my 10th build, but so I'm releasing the build guide for this video tonight, probably. I'm gathering footage for it right now. I have an idea for kind of what I want to do for my 10th build, but here's where I'm at. I'm not burnt out, but I'm like almost, it's not like I'm burnt, but I'm ready for a break almost. Because like, I don't want to get burnt, right? It's not like I'm getting burnt, but you know, I take breaks. I like playing other types of games and stuff. I've been playing this for almost 7 weeks, so I'm ready for like a mini break. But I'm also not ready for a break. We have the Timmy Hardcore Private League coming up, and I'm planning on playing in it. I am planning on playing in the Timmy Hardcore Private League. So it's like, am I taking a break before the Hardcore Private League, or after a Hardcore Private League? I have an idea for a Witch Hunter build I want to do. So my next build might be a Witch Hunter build, and then I might be like chilling on that until the Hardcore Private League. And then I'm going to play in the Hardcore Private League, probably for a week tops. I'll either go until I die or go until I get bored. And then I'm going to probably take my first break. like a real break of the season. Maybe. It depends, like, 'cause, you know, if there's, like, more build inspires me out there, then of course I'll keep playing, right? But, I'm getting an itch to play other games right now. You know, it's been, like, 6 months of, like, hardcore grinding this game. You know, my friends, I want to play Rust with them. We haven't done a Rust weekend in a while. I've also, like, I haven't played World of Warcraft in, like, over a year. And I'm getting an itch to play hardcore classic WoW. So I might, like, when I take my break after the hardcore private league, stream, like, hardcore classic WoW for a while until I'm ready to, like, degen PoE 2 again. I'm not planning on playing the PoE 1 league at all. Did you get out of the black? Thank you. Oh my god, you spin right when you get out of the black. Oh my god, I missed my ignite too. I hate the worms. I hate the worms so much. How you doing, Rusty? Good evening. Sorry, I haven't touched warrior stuff at all. Well, I'm playing this on an Infernalist, but this is Ironward. What is this build? This is Ironward Infernalist. Rest of the fun break, yeah, I like playing it with my friends. You know, every once in a while we'll do a wipe. You know, we don't play it a lot, but we'll play it like 4 or 5 times a year, you know. Alright, so we need to farm up this Delirious. Without getting into the Rite of the Nameless. So we need to get this up to 200%. And then we're going to do this Rite of the Nameless. My current plan, you landed on a tech skill yet? Nice. Time. Reset event when? Yeah, I'm holding out for the reset event. Like, you know, I'm going to play in the Timmy Hardcore Private League. And then depending on when the reset event is, if like, I'm ready for my return. Because, again, I'm not burnt out yet. But, like, you know, again, I'm not like an ARPG degenerate like a lot of these streamers are. Like, you see a lot of them. You see a lot of them, they, like, they just float between, like, 80 different ARPGs, right? I'm not like really an ARPG degenerate. I'm a gaming degenerate, but like I like playing lots of different types of games. So, if I played like PoE 2, PoE 1, like, and those were like, I wouldn't A, have time for other games, but B, I would definitely get burnt on ARPGs. So, the reason why I was able to go so hard this league, like I'm on my 9th build and potentially doing my 10th 6 weeks into the league, is because I take breaks, you know? Thorns was half-assed? I mean, I've put over 1,000 Divines into that Thorns build. It just wasn't a good Thorns build. The wand just wasn't good for Thorns compared to Adonia's Ego. And I didn't want to do Adonia's Ego Thorns again. But yes, the Thorns build is, of all the builds I played, like, by far the worst one. So I'm okay with that one not being counted in the list of, like, builds that were good. Build has been so good for build diversity. It has been... Well, I don't know if what it's like on a budget. For somebody who has a budget... it is, for sure. Being able to use things like Alder's Saga, or Alder's Legacies for uniques, and, Mageblood specifically. With those two things, the build diversity is like... If I have Mageblood plus Alder's Legacy, I can make, like, probably 99% of archetypes work in this game. I'm sure there's just, like, some mathematically bad shit that doesn't happen, but just with the addition of those two things, if you have a budget for them, you can make anything work in this game well. Which is really cool. But in terms of, like, tankiness, if you look at the PoE Ninja and the PoE and put it in Path of Building, in terms of effective HP, and again, I'm not trying to say this is the tankiest build in the world, but of the builds that I have played in every patch, this is the highest effective HP I have ever gotten on a build. And as you guys will see soon, I'm able to, like, basically full AFK, 200% deli, Ride of the Nameless. Which is super nice. This happens a lot, though. Which is very, very unfortunate. I really hope this gets fixed on the mid-league patch. Because this is, annoying. Why Fertile specifically? Pyromantic Pack. I'll do a build explanation whenever there's, like, more people in, but, you know, the stream just started, we're, what, 15 minutes live, you know. Let a few more people roll in, and then I'll do a build explanation. If I had to guess, mana cost is one of the reasons. Incorrect. There is no mana cost to Ironward at all. Good guess, though. Scythe attack is cool? Yeah, Scythe is awesome. Love using Scythe Spear and Ignite builds. Reflecting the Ignite he's taking and spreading the love? Incorrect. Good guess, though. We are doing no spreading of the love from the Ignite. We are reflecting Ignite, but that's for a different reason. But we are not doing it to spread it off ourselves. The Ignite on ourselves is actually doing 0 damage. Alright, I'll go ahead and do a little mini showcase since people are just asking about it. I don't want to be too mean. I don't want to be too mean. Give me a second. Alright, I'll do a little mini showcase. So, there's a skill called Ironward. This is my 3rd league in a row of making a build for it. In 0.3, it was absolute dog shit. Never made a video guide about it. I streamed it for a little bit. It was awful. In 0.4, they buffed the ever-living fuck out of it. And I league started it on an Oracle and a Shaman using Ward Loop. And most people play Ironward either just by taking damage, like physically, or via Ward Loop. Now, the way Ironward lurks is, when you take damage, physical damage specifically, and you prevent it with armor or other sources of damage reduction, so physical damage reduction, you build up like this energy. We'll call it kinetic energy. And then you can release that energy in a big explosion. That's Ironward. Now, the main way you're supposed to use it is by taking hits, which is really easy sometimes, but what if you're doing a boss that does no physical damage or just doesn't have good attack patterns for enabling it? How do you automatically generate this? The ways I've done it in the past has been with minions, but with this way specifically, I am using Infernalist and Rat Cage. Rat Cage takes 100% of fire damage you take from hits and converts it to physical damage. So all I gotta do is take fire damage. And then Infernalist has something called Pyromantic Pact, which places your mana, and whenever your Infernal Flame fills up, you take fire damage. So by filling this up, I take fire damage, which gets converted to, or I take the damage as physical, and that physical damage gets converted to Ironward. And with my, specific min-max setup that I've gotten it to, I have gotten it to where a single press of Elemental Weakness will detonate Infernal Flame and give me half of Ironward. So you can see here, I just went to 51%. 2 taps, it's full. And then I can explode it. Or if you want to do a half a tap, you just do, or half an explosion, which is fine for killing most stuff, especially in non-200% deli maps. You can do that. So that is the engine, is I am doing self-damage with Elemental Weakness and Infernal Flame to take fire damage, to take physical damage, to fill up Ironward. And then we're playing Ignite via Bringer of Flame, which is another reason to play Infernalist. With Ironward specifically, I've talked about this in my previous Ironward videos. It always felt like the best way to play it was Avatar of Fire. You go fire damage with Avatar of Fire, and then you just like get damage increase with like exposure and whatnot. Because it on its own doesn't hit hard enough, you really want an ailment with it. And bleed and poison, while I've tried both of those, never felt good enough. I always said I wanted to do a fire version. But I always avoided Avatar of Fire because it makes you do 25% less damage. So you take a damage loss of it. Where Infernalists, with Bringer of Flame, you do your full damage, but then you're also gaining the addition of ailments. So it's 2-part. Pyromantic Pact is for the engine of Ironward, which makes it very easy. 2 taps. Before with minions, minions was like a big pain in the ass. Minions was a big pain in the ass. This is like infinitely better of an engine. So we've got the automatic engine with the Pyromantic Pact. Bringer of Flame gives us an Ignite, and then, of course, the Ascendancy is just kind of defensive. As you can see here, I've got 32,000 armor, 4,300 life. If you go look at my setup on PoE Ninja, my effective HP pool is like over 100,000. It is the tankiest character I've ever had. I am so fucking hard to kill. And yeah, I don't know. What was the minion engine, if you don't mind me asking? It's there's a ring called Heartbound Loop. Where you take physical damage on minion death, so it was very annoying. You had to have you had to use the ring, and then you had to have like a bunch of different minions dying at different times, so you're like constantly like, it was a thing. Where this engine is way smoother and way better. And then we're able to play Recoup with it, as you can see here. A single cast does do damage to me, but because of how much Recoup I have, I heal the full by the end of the mechanic. So, Recoup's hard carrying. I mean, not just is it a smoother setup, it's just like also infinitely tankier. It's just so damn tanky. No, we got leeged. Hey, what up, Karachi? Alright. I do think I want to start from this one. Over here. So I'm going to have to, like, cut up here to get to it. But we still need to get this to 200%, so... Okay, let's save the city ones if we can for when we have 200. Let's go. It was meant for Kulamech ring over a rare one. Kulamech rings. Every once in a while, there's these uniques that the community is way behind on the meta on, and Kulamech rings are one of them. I don't think people understand how insanely overpowered Kulamech rings are. I mean, just look what the ring's giving me, and how am I getting that, like, half of that, 98% of it on that Kulamech ring on rare rings. You know? People underestimate, like, just how much damage they can give, or how much defenses they can enable, how much spirit they can give. I think if you look at, like, almost half of my builds this league, half of them are using Kulamech rings. In a hyper-optimized setup, I feel like everyone would be using... Not everyone, but a lot of people would be using Kulamech rings. Especially since you can get like a lot of spirit, you can get sources of gain damage on it. The Kulamech rings are OP. So like, let me just look at this one. I'm doing an armor stacker, so percent increased armor, 12% increased maximum life. Hits against me have reduced critical damage bonus. Armor applies to elemental damage. Keep in mind you can't get armor and armor applies to elemental damage on rings. You can get armor on rings via evasion and iron reflexes, but you can't get armor applies to Elyon ring. And then it has increased ignite magnitude. I'm doing an ignite build. And then the recover maximum life is really nice when you're like doing an AFK simulacrum or an AFK ritual build. And then I have this all being doubled by the Grip of Kulamech, or the Kalandra's Touch. So this is just like an insane ring, and this doesn't even have like gain damage as like extra lightning on it, you know? Or gain damage extra fire, you know? It could have had gain damage on it too. So like, even this one though is absurd for the build, and this was 10 Exalted Orbs. People just, when you can itemize, when you don't need like giga resistances and stuff, and don't get me wrong, for attack builds and stuff, like added damage is like a premium. Those are the builds I haven't really been using Grips of Kulamech, but in a lot of situations, if you have enough damage, gain damage as extra damage is better, or as good, and then you get all the other stuff from Grips of Kulamech. So I think Grips of Kulamech are very good. Especially when there's like one that's like, if you're doing any spirit build, I feel like a spirit stacker, you're using a Grip of Kulamech. Minus 25 light radius? Who cares about light radius? Could be minus all light radius, I'd be fine. But yeah, this is like a Kulamech you would use if you're like Giga. I was trying to make this build tanky. Once I saw how tanky it was, I was like, okay, I just want this to be like a monster that can like never die. I could have a Kulamech that gives me more damage, for sure. Or if I got a rare ring with resistances, I could get a Mage Blood that's Quicksilver and armor. Because I wouldn't mind having, like, triple Granite, Quicksilver or something. Triple Basalt, Quicksilver. Alright, we're almost at 200%. I want to do this one first. Because this one doesn't have 200% deli on it. The rest of the Ride Nameless do, so I need to get to it. Ooh, there's a Simulacrum right there. So I think I do this one, Simu, this one. So like I path down through here. I just do these 5 maps, and then I can start with that Ride of the Nameless. And that'll also let me do the Simulacrum. I do want a Simulacrum clip. Yay, I like Savannah. Is this recovery rate? Yep. That looks like something feels off. This is a reduced recovery rate now. Oh, my dad. I was spamming my Pyromanic pack a lot. They're like a freak. Yeah, I need to get a Mage Blood up this build with Quicksilver. Damn. I figured, in a reduced recovery map, I would be fucked, but... I finished my Ember Fuselate's Life Stacker video out tonight, then I'm on the Fairgate Curse. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to get this video out, but we'll see if I post it tonight or not. I'll show you what my next idea is after this map. Hey, what's up, Minosuke? Alright. So what I'm thinking for my next build is... I was looking at... I was just looking at Poe Ninja, because at this point in the league, I'm pretty, like... I'm out of, like, all the weird ideas. I was just, like, browsing Poe Ninja for some inspiration. And I stumbled upon this guy. Let me get him on screen. Real quick. Noob streamer, give me a second. So I stumbled upon this young man. Weakest Brazilian. And it was a Smith & Katava build. I was just browsing PoE Ninja, and I stumbled upon this guy. And, if you look at his effective HP pool, he has 2.8 million effective HP. And that is because he is using Skin of the Loyal, which essentially gives you armor, EV, and energy shield on your uncapped resistance. And he's just got like a giga amount of uncapped fire resistance. And he's double dipping it using the Smith of Katava resistance stuff. And then when I sent this to Miso, I was like, Miso, look at this. This is cool. I'm thinking about doing this on a Witch Hunter. Because I was like, oh, I could do like giga fire resistance, get a bunch of armor. And then that armor converts to whatever it's called. Sorcery Ward. Then Miso sent me a video of Oscrix doing a build with this. I don't remember what on Ascendancy he was doing it on. It wasn't on Smith. I don't remember what Ascendancy he was on. But he was doing it to get 40,000 energy shield on his character. I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. Yes, that's right. He was doing it on a Ritualist. He had 3 rings with it. I am I'm considering doing a skin of the loyal Witch Hunter build. But I also might just be taking a break until the hardcore private league. This could be my last build before the hardcore private league. But it was so funny. I was just browsing PoE Ninja today. Stumbled upon this Smith guy that had like 3 million effective health pool. Which, doing it on Smith was clever because you get the double dip of the 3 resistances because of the resistance double dip shit they do. And I sent it to Miso, and then Oscrix had literally posted a build guide talking about the video, or just not even a build guide, a technique showcase showing this like earlier today. But he was doing it on a Ritualist. This guy's doing it on Smith. I was like wanting to do it on a Witch Hunter. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do another build. I might be like tapped. It might be break time until the hardcore private league. But if I do a build, it'll be like a Whirling Assault Witch Hunter using Skin of the Loyal. I'm not sure. Whirling Assault sounds fun right now. And I'm a Witch Hunter simp, so... Yeah, I was looking at Poe Ninja, and I was wanting to see what like tanky people were doing, and I was surprised to see that guy who is, I think he's by far the tankiest person in the league in terms of effective HP. I know effective HP doesn't mean everything, but if you're looking at effective HP, I think he's like over 2 million, and everyone else is like below 1 million. So I was like, oh, okay, this is overpowered as fuck. What happens when you do this on a Witch Hunter? And then it was just like, oh, Oscrix is already showing how absurdly tanky it is. Thinking people are stacking energy shield. Sad. Yeah, well, I'm gonna try and do it on a witch hunter with armor stacking, so hopefully that works. I don't want any energy shield on it. How you doing, Twice? The Serpent Clan rises once more. I saw an Oscar stream the other day and saw him talking about the skin of Loyal. I just straight up ninja'd it and filtered by effective HP, and that's how I stumbled on it. That's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny how, like, you can just arrive to, like, everyone, like, but yeah, that's so funny to me. Because, yeah, for me, it was, like, I wasn't even looking for Skin of the Loyal builds. I was just, like, I was looking for my next build, and I was like, what is a defensive tech I can find that would allow me to play some build I want to play? I was just, like, looking for a defensive tech. And literally the first build I looked at was the Smith-Katava using Skin of the Loyal, because he was the highest effective HP. I linked it to Miso, and Miso was like, oh yeah, look at this build from Ostrix. It was literally, Ostrix had posted a video, it was just like, the timing of it's hilarious. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy item. I remember reading it early on. And didn't think much of it. I don't think my instinct was it was bad. I just remember just like, oh, okay. And then seeing it. I need to look at Ostrix's setup. Clearly 40k ES is insane. I don't want to do an ES setup. And I don't want to do a Smith setup. Yeah, I was just wanting to find a tanky mechanic, and then it just, like, that mechanic just was like, oh, okay. That looks interesting. If you could get a lot of armor, and then you skill Sorcery Ward with that, that seems very good. So that might be my next build. How much armor do you have? Right now, 35k. My gloves don't have any armor, but they're giving me a lot of damage. Giving me a lot of damage. So I could be significantly tankier. The Tinks. Yeah, I don't think I want to play Smith. I don't know. But I love me some Witch Hunter, so if I play another build before the Hardcore League, which in the Hardcore League right now, I'm leaning supporting Fire Tactician. I'm probably not going to do anything like weird or experimental in the Hardcore League. I'm probably going to like try and do well, you know, make a good run. Like see how much I can do on one character. So probably going to be do something like comfortable. I'll do something that's mine or weird, but it'll be something I know won't be like dog shit. Will either be something on Witch Hunter or supporting Fire Tactician, something along those lines. But right now, part of me just wants to play supporting Fire Tactician for the Hardcore League. I hate these freezes. Yep, I mean that's the that's basically what they're doing is the fluxes enable you to get just a comical amount of resistances. So pretty crazy. But I can also see myself playing, how'd I end up here? I was supposed to go down this way. Rip. I goofed. Yep, Mage Blood is just so amazing. It is what's enabled so much of the high-level build diversity this patch. You could just get away with some goofy-ass shit. Plus, like, you just get, like, easy bismuth on Mage Blood, and then you can get, like, you know, the ruby and shit. Just super easy. Very powerful defensive layer. This build's so tanky. Gonna be hard to play builds that aren't this tanky. What about you guys? What are your guys' plans? Are you guys planning on playing in the Timmy Hardcore Private League coming up? Are you guys burnt out and are taking a break? Are you guys playing in the PoE 1 League coming up? What are you guys all up to right now? Alright, here's how Simulacrum goes. What is the PoE 2 event? Like, the reset league that GGG's doing? That's not... We don't have any date on that yet. I'm on break. Time to give other games some love. We're almost there. It's just whenever I run out of build ideas, you know. If I'm ever out of build ideas, I'm not having fun making builds, it's break time. But yeah, other games need some love soon too. Hey, what up, Angry Beard? Doing good, man. How are you? for the clip. You're having way too much fun? Hell yeah. That's all that matters. Yeah, thinking of starting a Witch Hunter build tomorrow. So we're wrapping up this build. Though it's been very fun. And I could easily play this build another week or two. Which we might. We'll see. We're at least going to get the build guide out tomorrow. Area. Damn. We've gotten 3 Divine Orbs from this Simu. Not bad. Here we go, boys. Time for visions. What happened to visions? What happened to visions? Alright. We're almost in position to do Rite of the Nameless. And then the fun begins. We get to make all the divines. 200% Deli Ritual. Let's go. Another divine! I have 7 divines raw so far this stream. Another tank! Oh, I hit 95 today, too. Another tank! Has anyone thought about Heartbound Loop reverse chill cast on minion death setup? Why would you do reverse chill with that? I should try eating a slam from Monko for the clip. Oh, I gotta loop that way for this one. Shit. Yeah, I want to start with this one. This one's not in the city, so like if I'm starting with any one of them, do the one that's not in the city, so... We got a few more travel maps. Just dump my bags. Nice, I got a visions. Okay, so we have 3 bullshit maps to do. None of them have 200% Delia on them, so we're just going to fly through them. And then we have our Rite of the Nameless. First Rite of the Nameless is not 200% Deli, and then the rest of it is. And then, yeah, we'll see how many omens we can get. Hopefully a good amount. Hey, what up, chat? Yeah, that last build was pretty fun. It was indeed a cool one. I like this build too, though. Fuck yeah, let's flow over there. Citadel right there. Citadel here. The Citadel's already got a good amount of 200% delirium on it. Which is nice. Another flow over here too. I got a good amount of cities, which is nice. Alright, 2 more maps and then Ride of the Nameless. Almost there. I'm also just happy this build's not blinding me. So that's nice. Last build was sick, though. Last build was fun. This build's cool, too, though. I like this build a lot. Yeah, it's a very satisfying build. I had a blast playing it. I'm trying to get clips from my video, GGG, and when it freezes during boss kills, it's hard to use those clips. GGG, I'm just trying to make your game look cooler. We're gonna level up from this kill. Nope. I got a crazy map open now. Do you want to come try, see if you can stay alive? Sure. Let me level up real quick. No, I don't want to die right like when I'm an inch away from level up. Let me do one more map. And if you still have it open, then I'll jump in. But don't save it if you don't want to. I just don't want to die right now if I'm in a tickle away from dongle. Like that. Alright, let me finish this map. I'll sprint to the end. There's no tablets in it. Where did I want to put points? I think I was pathing here. Yeah, 96 would be what I want for lasting trauma. Alright, go ahead and invite me, Hyper. Cow Ward Queen. Where's the Pee-wee 1 speed runs? Pass. No, thank you. Yeah, Cow Ward Queen. Yep. Up there on the top of the screen. Alright. Let's see if I can handle Hyper's juiced map. I don't think I'm unkillable, Tanky. So, I wouldn't be surprised if I die here. But, it'll be a fun test. Just this map? Where do I need to go? Go top left. Oh boy. We're died. I mean, this is going better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I could die, but like I'm takier than I thought I'd be. When I saw what was happening when I walked into this, I was like, oh shit, I'm toasted. But we're actually like. The damage isn't great. It's alright, but I figured I'd be giga splatted when I saw what I was walking into, because juice expeditions can be pretty scary. Get a clip of that. Wanted to have the mods on the screen there for a minute. Gotta clip that real quick. Oh, hey, risk group map. Can't pause. It's so funny. There a dude up someplace? Where's the dude up? There he is. There's got to be dudes up someplace. I mean, I'm takier than I thought I'd be. I'm just like kind of standing and shit now. That looked a clip. The damage is not the best, but this wasn't supposed to be like a high DPS one. Definitely not an expedition farming build. I don't want any of your loot. I'm gonna leave now. I got the clips I wanted. Thanks, man. I don't really care about doing like the final hardest wave because it's too slow. I want to go back to ritual farming. But I got a single expedition clip, even if it was one of the earlier doodles. Well, thanks, Hyper. Nice, you're already 100 times more tanky than me. Nice, yeah. This is the tankiest character I have ever had. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Good luck with your map. I hope you get all the tinks. Where are the fences on this build, Cal? It's armor stacking. Armor stacking with just a bunch of, like, damage conversions and PDR with 4K life. You know, 4K life. Armor stacking. Infernalist shenanigans. Okay, Rite of the Nameless. This first one is not 200% Delhi. Still a city, just not 200% Delhi. And we're going to be doing some juice stuff. We got some juice maps we're doing. These are all 8 mod maps with pack size on them. And then I'm going to be doing... I have tablets that are 3 additional rerolls. I'm doing juice tablets. I'm doing a juice tablet setup, so... I think we'll do those 3. These are expensive tablets. These are expensive tablets, to say the least. Alright, guys. The most important decision of the 4 slots. Where does the Freedom of Faith go? All of your loot is determined by which slot the Freedom of Faith goes in. So, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm not sure. Maybe 2? Maybe slot 2? Yeah, we'll do slot 2. Alright, first map is not 200% Delhi. That's fine, though. First map, least important of the chain. Burn! This is your tankiest build. Where do Thorns characters rank in terms of tankiest? I mean, outside of the Adonia's Ego Thorns build, my Thorns builds were never, like, really unkillable tanky, because I always kind of made mine, like, try to maximize damage. In one way or another. I mean, Thorns builds end up tanky, but because they require, like, a bunch of really dog shit uniques, they can never get, like, God tier tanky. Like, this is, like, the highest. I think my highest effective HPs before this were, like, 30 to 50k. And this is over 100,000. I'm sure some Thorns builds get over 100k tankiness, but they wouldn't have as much damage as some of mine did, because I always prioritize damage. Alright, 2 more in this map, and then all the maps from here are going to be 200% Delhi. Alright, one more ritual on the map. $14 rerolls this early on? Jesus. No way we have enough juice for that. We'll see. I do have the tablet cost, so depends on how much they got boosted. Alright, map complete. A whittling! Darn, should have bought one of the whittlings when I bought the whittling when I could. Alright, first map, got a Divine and a Whittling. Alright, from here they are all 200% Delhi. That's 4 Chaos Orbs, that's Wildwood Monsters, Divine Orbs, Exalt Orbs. So let's get the 2 Wildwood Monster maps. Alright, remember these are 200% deli now. Which means nothing. I'm not gonna die. I hate burrowed idiots. By the way, tomorrow's podcast, no guests. It's just me, Miso, and Rabbit. Just the trio tomorrow. From there, we don't have anyone locked in yet, but currently we're in talks with Snoobe, West Desu, and Cyclone. But there's a big list of people. Oh, Red Vials will be on the podcast soon. Red Vials, Miso reached out to him and he's down, so. And there's a big list of people we're reaching out to soon. We don't have anyone locked in, though. I can actually tease, but there's, like, people who, like, Snoo said he's down. We're trying to get him on next week, but, like, his time zone is super weird, so it's, like, depends on if Rabbit can, like, be up early or up late or whatever. So we might have to do Snoo at a later date whenever Rabbit's schedule works better for it. And the same thing as with West Desu, is we're trying to get West Desu... Ooh, am I gonna die? We're trying to get West Desu on the podcast, but his work schedule doesn't work for, like, because Rabbit's, you know, in Germany, right? If you like work in American times and you need the, you need the podcast to be at like 5 p.m. my time, that's like 2 a.m. Rabbit's time, so, or something like that. See some Red Vial stuff. He's good. It's in, like, I don't like saying this publicly because, like, I don't want it to come off as insulting or anything like that. But it's very frequent that Miso or Rabbit propose a guest that I've never heard of before. And, like, no troll, the first time we had Farmer on the podcast, I had no idea who Farmer was. I very specifically only watch build makers. It is the only thing I watch, and it's usually only off-meta build makers. There's a lot of, like, meta build makers that I just don't ever see clips of because I watch weird shit. And Red Vials is somebody that I had not seen anything of until Miso told me about him recently. I don't usually look up, like, you know, blaster content, you know. But he seems like an awesome guy, so excited to have him on. But my YouTube feed is, like, very specifically curated to build makers, like... And it's usually, like, off-meta build makers, you know. The occasional currency farmer, but usually, like, the currency farm people I follow are people who are on the podcast, you know. I just get directed a lot of moneymaker content creators. Not me. Usually not for me. If I'm not subbed to them, they usually don't follow up my feed. Like, the things that show up in my feed are random builds. So it's like I'll wake up and there'll be like a random build with 1,000 views in my feed. But it's not really currency farmers, unless it's like Fub, Farmer, Rabbit, or Miso. Sometimes animated print, like there's other anim ones I follow up, but yeah. But it happens pretty often on the podcast where, like, I'm just so, like, I just don't know, you know. Like, when Farmer was on the podcast recently, I didn't realize how big he had gotten. Like, when Farmer was first on our podcast, he had, like, 300 viewers, and now he's, like, streaming to, like, thousands. So, like, there's just, like, sometimes my optics on, like, certain creators are, or, like, how big they are, and stuff like that. Like, I have no optics on it, because I'm not really caught up in, like, the Twitch and YouTube culture. There's been a few times where I, like, because I only watch build-making content, I don't really know about the person's personality and stuff. So, like, a lot of times I have to, like, ask Miso and Rab, hey, is this person chill? And there's been the few times where I've been like, oh, like, I'll know someone as a build maker, right? But I won't know, like, their personality and stuff. It's happened twice now. I won't say with who the people were, but, like, it's like, they're like, oh, this person's a cool build maker. Should we have them on the podcast? And they're like, are you kidding? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that person's awful. They say insane shit on stream and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. I've just seen that they make cool builds sometimes. Like, no. You don't with that person. And it's not like because I just don't watch streams ever and stuff. I'm very, very isolated in my scope of what I consume in terms of PoE content. It's almost never Twitch. It's almost exclusively like YouTube builds or like clips. What's the best build you've played so far? I don't know how to quantify that, to be honest. Probably the Adonia's Ego Thorns I played that had like 15 mirrors into it. I'm just gonna buy it. An annulment! I should be disperse spamming more. I forgot to have the cheaper to force. Another whittling! Part of me just wants to buy that whittling. Ooh, I got baited by that exaltation ping up top. I was like, oh shit. Alright, we've already scooped 2 whittlings. And we've gotten, I think, an annulment added, and 2 annulments in this mix, too. So we're already at, like, 30 divine. Should I put my Rite of the Nameless... should I put on my Rite of the Nameless every time on a city guide I watch, say, the normal outside of with cheaper tablets? I mean, I only ever do Rite of the Nameless in cities. I only ever do them in cities for the 4 tablets. I've never tried doing them outside of cities, so... And I've only recently started trying 200% deli juicing with them, just because this build's tanky. I normally don't do 200% deli with them. So... yeah. You just do best foretolds first? Yeah. I do the ones that, like, give you the buffs. Or whatever. What's your tablet setup? I'm doing right now 3 additional rerolls with monster rarity and rare monsters, defer and omen reroll, and then omen chance, and then yeah, I'm doing juice tablet setups. So I don't know, just go watch like any. I don't make my own farms, you know. I do what other people say. Just go like watch, you know. Any of like the best players, ritual farms. I'm not doing anything like that's out of the ordinary. Except I guess I'm adding 200% deli on top of it. But that's not like in terms of tablets or ritual setups. That's just like extra juice, you know. Ronaray's far pretty much. I haven't seen Ronaray's version. But, you know, all of these content creators have the same versions, you know, it's not like, you know, they're all doing 18 different optimization setups that are completely different, so. You make this harder on yourself. Pack size maps? Yeah, pack size maps. Pack size is best for ritual. Yeah, nothing crazy going on here. Just the normal ritual farm with a 200% deli attached on top of it. Probably like 30 divines in setup. Yay! 3 divine. Damn. I still have 3 more rituals. And I'm already at 20k favor. We are favor juiced. I love water. One Ironward cast. Just cast Ironward once. And it's clearing this entire ritual because of how the flame spread. Is this still that first Ironward? I have not recast Ironward this entire thing. I will have to cast it again for this guy, though. We're already at 28k juice. We still got 2 more rituals to do. Did you guys smell that? Is that a mage blood coming? Smelled like a mage blood. Where's this burrowed idiot? There he is. Get the chaos orb. I'm not above chaos orbs. What the fuck is this build? This build's fun. It is insane. I agree. I'm clip fishing. You look crazy. Oh, let me scratch my back. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's what we needed. This is crazy. No. No. I hate these crashes so much. Or these crashes, these freezes. Thank goodness they're not crashes. Alright, 37,000 tribute, boys. 18 rerolls. Like, part of me just wants to buy them, because there's no way I spend 34,000 in this, but we'll keep rerolling for now. We might get a few whittlings to show up. Another annulment. Another erasure. Let's go, boys. All right. Not bad. We are doing quite well on purples. Does Ironward continuously spread through Ignite? No? What do you mean? How you know if an item is going to go away? The red symbol thing? Yeah, if it's got the red box around it. I think we have 2 more. And we are at 2 whittlings and 1 annulment. Here, we'll keep on to those. No, Ironward has no... Oh, we have 3 more to do still. Let's fucking go. Nice. Wow, we're already doing so well. Alright. Divine Orbs, Chaos Orbs. Which ones I do doesn't really matter. We'll save the powerful boss one for last. Do the Div Orb one now. How long do you usually take it around to show red? 1 or 2 maps. I don't know. I don't actually know the mechanics of it that well. This is my first league I've ever done Ritual. I usually hate Ritual. But no, it's my favorite. Nope, it'll only go away if it's got the red box. Should. If it does go away and it didn't have the red box, probably a bug happened. But I've never had one not show up again unless it had the red box and I didn't defer it. The Call of Shadows? What's Call of Shadows? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, was that the boss summon thing? Or Bodat? Oh, am I dead? I just... No! Oh, that was so scary. I got sprint stun there. I cannot believe I didn't die there. Woo! Dignified Bodak. It drops on the last ritual of the map. And when you're doing Ride of the Nameless. So you should get 6 from a full train. Any suggestions? I mean, I've never played a shield ball build, so... Or a Vestige of Darkness build. No clue. Drop a shield wall and make Bodak explodes the wall. That's pretty cool. Neat little engine there. Do you use one 3-roll tablet or more? Just one. I ain't that ballin'. I know some people like to use multiple for the final one, and some people use multiple for all. I just use one for all. I have 1+3, and I keep it in for all of my maps. I don't min-max that hard. I know this is min-maxing hard using a +3 rerolls, but, you know. I'm not tablet swapping. If that makes sense. I'm going to use the same tablets for all 6 of them. Well, you do got to slot in a new, whatever it's called, Freedom of Faith, but, yeah. Has anyone played a curse build this patch? I'm not talking about a build that has curses. A build that's using curses to kill. And they're using, like, not... Yeah. If they're gonna play any, like, Dodre's build or anything along those lines. This patch, specifically. Not other patches, this patch. You have? How do they feel? Were you playing, like, bullshit cast-on crit version? Or were you using, like, Dodre's Curse as your main primary damage dealer? Because I want to do a Dodre's build. But I don't want to do cast-on crit again with Dodre's. I want it to be, like, pure curse. But I don't know if pure curse is viable. And I don't want to do it on a Gemling. I don't want to do it on a Gemling, Blood Mage, or Oracle. I want to do a Dodre build on a different Ascendancy. That's not those three. And I want it to be purely Dodre. I don't want it to be any cast-on shenanigans. Made one code on one Gemling. Felt good on both. Excellent. I'm gonna do it on something stupid. What about Infernalist? I mean, I'm playing an Infernalist right now, so I wouldn't do it on Infernalist. I will be leveling something new. Not new. I'm probably going to be playing an Ascendancy. I've already played this patch, and one that I've played many times in the past. Nah. I don't know why I'm trying to hide. I'm going to do it on a Witch Hunter. Thinking Witch Hunter. I played a Ritualist this patch. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I already talked about the chest I want to use, but I have an idea of how I want to use it, and then I just don't know what I want to use for my damage. And part of me wants to be a curse spammer. But I don't know. Isn't there like a normal support gem that's not Dodre's, the lineage, that you can put in curses that makes them do damage? Impending Doom or something? Is Impending Doom decent? Or is it ass? Oh, most people use Impending Doom with it? Interesting. Well, I don't want to spoil what I want to do, but okay, cool. I've gotten enough answers to where it sounds like I know what my 10th build's gonna be. Alright. 31,000, juice. We need a Mage Blood, boys. Give me that Mage Blood. 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 That's good enough. Hey, look at this. Look at this so far. Plus, in terms of divines, I think we've gotten like 5 or 6 divines from just the 200% deli. How much does this Headhunter and Mage Blood appear? I have been farming Ritual majority of this league, and I have seen 0 Headhunters and 1 Mage Blood. So, unfortunately, not very often. Not very often. you ever play meta setup to learn, or you just always whatever you feel like trying? It depends on what you mean by meta setup. Meta defensive layers. Also, what's up, Philaris? Meta defensive layers. Sure. Like meta skills though, like you'll never see me playing like a generic ice shot build. I don't say there's anything wrong with that, but you know. I don't know. I don't really ever look for the meta, you know. I don't ever like look at what I don't ever know what's really meta. You know, if you were to ask me what's meta right now, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what the meta is. Because, like, I don't think about the game that way. I just, like, I want to do something fun, and then I try and find a way to enable it. So. There are times where I actively avoid the meta, if I know something is meta. But, I don't ever actively pursue the meta. I would say that, like, you could say I've used meta defensive text before. But, yeah. Always sunburrowed, bozo. Alright. 3 more rituals left in this map. Yeah. Alright, I know my next build. I might be leveling it on stream tomorrow. We might be starting a Witch Hunter tomorrow. I already have a Witch Hunter in endgame, but, like, I like leveling builds. Like, to me, a lot of the process, like, you can learn a lot of interaction testing stuff during the campaign. But I also just like leveling. I don't know why. I just like leveling, so. Even though I have a Witch Hunter, like, in my head, if I were to go do my new build on a Witch Hunter tomorrow, the build would be done tomorrow because I already have a level 94 Witch Hunter, and I would just, like, get the interaction set up, and then the build will be done. But if I level a new one, at least there's a journey that at least will last a few days with the build. So, despite already having a Witch Hunter, and I actually have one of every mercenary leveled now, so I could, like, with Ascendancy swapping, you know, it's pointless to even have more than one mercenary, but I have 3 mercenaries. I'm about to level my 4th mercenary this league, which is fine. I love Merc. This is pretty normal for me. I usually have 3 to 4 Witch Hunters and 2 to 3 Gemlings and a Tactician, so. Already finished with this build? I mean, we're almost level 90, like, we're pushing towards level 96. I'm able to completely AFK farm 200% Delirium Rituals. So, like, could it be optimized further? Absolutely, but I don't know, when I hit a certain point with a build, where, like, investing Divine... Like, this could get better. It could definitely get better. You might see me playing it for a few more days, for sure. But, you know, it's already kind of like AFK farming 200% Delirium Ritual, you know? It's like, it's already pretty good, you know? The things that would be optimized is I would get a better Mage Blood with, like, better gloves and boots. That would be the optimization I would make. I would make it to where I didn't need Bismuth. I would just have all of my res elsewhere. And then I could get Quicksilver on Mage Blood, so I'm faster. That would be the optimization I would make, is just a slightly better Mage Blood with different gloves and boots, but, like, you know, it's like tweaks. The build's, like, pretty online. I don't think there's a world where I get... Like, I'll explain in a second when this ritual's over, because it's hard to explain. Or, I guess I could try and explain right now. Like, whenever I cast Elemental Weakness, I get about 52% of an Ironward. And in an ideal world, it would be a single curse cast is 100% Ironward. It would take, like, like a very different setup with different... Like, it would take, like, way more budget and stuff to make a, what, 100% chance, 100% fill rate on Ironward in a single cast. So if I was at, like, 75 to 80%, I would consider optimizing for that 100%, but because I'm at 52%, like, I had to optimize for 2 casts. So, like, to get optimized further would just take, like, a lot more armor. And, yeah. Oh, I guess let me rephrase. Do you only make builds now to get them to do all content, then move on? Enjoyment drops off once you complete it? Well, I wouldn't say I do a build to make sure it does all content. I don't care if it does all content, period. I try to make the build as good as possible, and because we have more tools in the game, and I'm a better build maker now, more often than not, I'm able to push builds to where they can do the majority of content. But, if it can only do, like, half the content or a quarter of the content, I'm not usually, like, you know, I'm not throwing a fit over that. But for me, a build, like, I've never been somebody who has played a build for weeks and weeks, ever. I always, like, there's always a point where the build's finished for me, and it's whenever, like, investing more currency doesn't change how the build feels. It just makes it mathematically better. That is, like, how I've always played. So, yeah, whenever it's completed is when I move on, usually. It is very rare you see me sitting on one build beyond when it's completed. You know, I'll do it at the beginning of the league if I need to farm currency, but at this point in the league, my enjoyment is making the build, not play. I know that might sound weird to some people. My enjoyment is making the build, not playing the build. Once the build is made, my fun stops. I'm ready for the next build. This looks awesome, right? Like, I think most people watching this are like, oh, I want to play this and sit on this for 3 weeks. Whereas for me, now that I'm at this point where everyone else is like, I want to play this and do this for weeks, this is when my fun ends, and I'm ready for the next build. I could play this for a week, but I'd probably get burned out and I wouldn't have fun, you know. I'm ready for the next build. My fun has ended. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, that's how my brain works and how I approach builds. But that's kind of how I've always approached builds. Is just, I don't know, I just like making fun stuff, and like, you know, once it's like, you know, I would say 95% optimized, I move on. We're missing a mana flask. If only there was a mana flask that helped Infernal Flame. If only. Sorry for the long-ended question. Answer your question, M23. But, what's that, Meads? I can't read number names. But yeah. And while this stream says day 2 of the build, this is like day 6 of the build for me because I've been playing it a lot off the stream. I haven't streamed the last few days because I've been very busy with work. So this build was about like a 5-day journey for me. We'll have to look at when the first time I streamed this build, but yeah. I've been playing it off the stream, so. It wasn't like this was actually day 2 of me playing the build. It has been around a bit more. Have you thought about a Raven Phlox build? Nah. Not my jam. I prefer jelly. Damn. 40K. 40K juice, boys. Here we go. Give me that mage blood. Where are my purples? I need purples bad. We got hoed this ritual map. We bought an annulment, but we got no other purple rolls. 15K leftover power. Oh, we got one more map in this Ride of the Nameless. I think my highest so far is 153K, but I had nothing of value reroll with it. That's crazy. Oh, for sure. I would love that. Like, I would love the build making process to take like 2 to 3 weeks. Like, if my league start, like at this point in the league, because I have so many divines and it's like the way to see the economy, it's much faster to like get the journey of a build online just because I already have a lot of divines. But like, if my average league start journey was 2+ weeks, I would prefer that for sure. Like, I would love a longer build make journey, but at some point, like, and with some builds, you can't say for sure, without, really pushing it to its absolute limit, because sometimes you can hit a wall with a build and, like, you give up too early, but, yeah, I mean, I would love if, like, the journey was much longer. Closer to like a PoE 1 build journey where you can play it for like several weeks where there's stages and stages and stages. PoE 2's headed that direction though. Alright, last map in the Ride of the Nameless. Last map in the Ride of the Nameless. How do Ironward plus Ironward ammo interact? What do you mean Ironward ammo? Do both restore? Oh, I don't think you could get two. I would assume you can't have two spirit gems at once. I've never tried doing that, though. Good question. I would assume you can't have two spirit gems at once, but I've never tried that. Would you make a build that's purely or mostly uses Kalguran skill gems or not your jam? I don't usually chase themes in that aspect. That's more like putting limitations on yourselves rather than chasing a theme. I like chasing themes. Like, you know, the Bleed Werewolf I did last league, or the Flower Bomber I did this league. I'm not really like a spin the wheel or like a I have to make something work in this kind of archetype guy. Like, to me, it's like fun first. What I have to be doing is fun first. Like, that's all I care about. So I just need like to me, it's just like something that has to sound fun. That's like really the core of my builds is fun. Interesting. I've never thought about that, Philaris. I have no idea what that interaction would be. Is it not a popular goal for streamers to reach 100? I don't know. None of my friends have ever hit 100. But I'm not a streamer, like, in the traditional sense. So, whatever they do, I wouldn't really apply to me. Or am I like a, you know, I'm an off-meta creator, you know? So, if what the normal streamers does, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean I would do it. But no, I've never leveled the 100. I usually get to like 95, 96, builds done by then, and then I reroll. But nope, I reroll way too much to hit level 100. I wouldn't be surprised if I never hit 100. I just like making too many new characters. It's just crazy how tanky I am. I love it. Big booms. Crazy how many mobs spawn in each of these. "24 rerolls this map, boys. You guys take like no damage from my ignite. There we go. I got a good ignite on him. Are you casting to get yourself Ironward, the Ironward procs? Elemental weakness. And yeah, Ironward's making the fire blue via Scaring Flame. I think it's Scaring Flame. Or maybe it's Wildfire, one of them. I'm not sure. What are the support gems? Alright. Where are my purples? No! Not a bugged one! No, where are the purples? There we go, an annulment. Okay. Yeah, rare late night stream. Burrowed it someplace. Alright. No more rerolls, we're done. It just doesn't work, Pred. It just doesn't work. Alright, so from that Ride of the Nameless streak, which honestly, this is pretty decent, but not the best. Just from purples, though, and I think we got like over 10 divine from like just raw divs. Let's see here. Just in terms of raw divines, we got 25 from just the Whittlings. Another 12.5 from the Dextral Erasure. Another 38 from the 2 Sinistral Annulments. And then another 12 from that last bugger. So that was like... a lot of dines. And that was honestly, you know, could have been better. I love me some Ride of the Nameless. Alright. Let's do, where are my divines at right now? Okay, I'm at 96. I want to do... this guy. Pretty good damage, huh? Someone asked earlier how Pinnacle boss damage looked. That's not bad, right? You know, you get your brain gets a little bit skewed because of the 200% delirium, making everything so fucking tanky. That was a reasonably good kill, right? Like, no one should be upset at that kill time. So I would say it's got decent pinnacles. Yeah. I got no issue with that. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks for hanging out. I just needed to capture footage for the build. A nice little late night 3-hour stream. The build guide will be out in the morning. Probably no mobile lytics for it. But there will be like the video guide. So, video guide will be out tomorrow. Podcast is tomorrow. We're going to be announcing the winners of the Hideout competition. Tomorrow's episode is also just a trio episode. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow myself. If I do, I'll be starting the Witch Hunter build. If not, I'll see you guys probably Friday or during the podcast. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Have a good night.